report. Let me give him the $5 drop. Said he got 5 on it.
I got 5 on it.
I want to go to this next topic, man. And I'm very curious about you guys' take on this. We don't have to stay on this topic too long because this is definitely not a football podcast, homie. Pardon me. But I do want to talk about what's going on with the brother Antonio Brown. Reports that came out that somebody clicked off immediately. It was like, I don't do football. Bye. But I want to talk about this. As you know, you can see the screenshot here. He left the arena mid-game. They were losing to the Jets. Took off his pads, took off his jersey, threw the deuces to the crowd. And people thought it was selfish of him. It looked like he was quitting because they were losing. We have a new report coming out saying basically he didn't practice on Thursday. He didn't practice on Friday. They were down. The coach telling him, hey, get in the game. And he's like, yo, I'm not healthy enough. I'm not good enough to get in the game. Well, basically, from what we're hearing and all accounts so far is the coach saying, hey, well, look, you ain't going to play when we ask you to play. You cut right now, homie. You fired right now. So he said, oh, I'm fired right now? I'm cut right now? Right here? Okay, well, I can leave right now, right here. Some people still don't like the fact that he did it that way. Some people are saying, hey, they fired me right now. I can leave right now. What's you guys' take on this? Shelton Moore, I believe he had a very strong stand on this. I want to hear what you got to say. What you got for me on this? Go ahead.
Well, here's my take on it. You're being paid, and you're being paid very well for your services. Now, you signed a contract, 6.25 over 2 years in May. You came, you went to training camp, you start the season, and you knew everybody was supposed to either be vaccinated or say I'm not vaccinated and go through the protocols. You decide to get a fake vaccination card, and you get caught, you get suspended for 3 games. You come back last game, the man targets you 16 times. You got 10 catches, 150 yards. You know, he's trying to get you the ball. He's trying to get you to your numbers. In this game,
yeah, 8 touches, you get a bonus. Correct.
Yeah, he was trying to get you there. In this game, Sunday, you play in the game, you get a couple catches, you say you get hurt. They pull you out the game, they evaluate you, doctor says you're good to go, tells the coach say, okay, we need you to go back in, AB. AB say, no, I don't feel healthy. He said, look, you've been evaluated by our team doctor. Doctor say you're good to go. I need you to go back in the game. No, I don't feel healthy. Well, if you can't go in the game when I'm in the game, I'm going to cut you. You just came off for doing dumb shit. Now I'm asking you to go in the game. You're telling me no. So if you don't go back in the game, I'm going to cut you. And then you throw a tantrum like a little kid. Look, this shit been building up for years. This dude has always felt it. He burned his bridge in Pittsburgh. He burned his bridge in Oakland. Burned New England.
Your audio. It's getting worse and worse.
Burned his bridge in Tampa Bay. This is a pattern of behavior.
Shell Moore, I don't know. Shell Moore. Wherever you walk into, you getting further and further out of range, and your audio is getting worse and worse.
All right, well, let's go to somebody else. When I get back in the house, I'll come back on.
All right, for sure. But definitely, what anybody want to reply? I'm gonna mute this mic. You don't have to hang up. I'll just mute your mic. Anybody want to reply to that?
Yeah, I got an interesting take on Antonio Brown.
Let's go.
So, I think first off, I think the NFL's at fault for Antonio Brown, and they don't want to own up to it. And if we just being honest, because the media could feed us a lot of stories, and it's very easy to villainize people, especially brothers, especially dark-skinned brothers. It's very easy to villainize us in that way. I'm not dark-skinned, but we brothers, so us. Antonio Brown ain't never been the same after he got cracked by Burfict and he took that headshot. And I really believe that Antonio Brown is suffering from CTE.
Wow.
I mean, I truly believe if you look at his irrational behaviors and outbursts and things that he does, it really looks like a good brother is dealing with CTE. I mean, these were not things that he did in the past before this stuff happened, but there's all these concussion protocols, and there's a lot of politics when it comes to the NFL, and they've been dirty for a long time. They didn't even want to pay their veterans and stuff, and take care of they hurt veterans who I seen it. Like guys couldn't walk and stuff after playing in the NFL, and the NFL was doing nothing for them. To where the players union had to come together. Stand up guys like Ray Lewis got his own issues, but I still call him stand up for what he did. Where they put money in, the players was put money in a pot to take care of the guys who came before them, just to make sure that they could function.
Mm.
And when I look at Antonio Brown,
You said Ray Lewis.
yeah,
Ray
Ray
Lewis,
Lewis
who
was,
said, "I ain't taking no knee. I was praying."
yeah, that's why I
Okay,
said he got his own set of issues. You know what I'm saying?
did
But
Ray Lewis murk some? No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Leave Ray alone, man. Ain't nobody
I,
catch a body and was Super Bowl MVP
yeah,
in the same
he was
year.
acquitted. I'm teasing. He was acquitted.
yeah,
Yeah, man. OJ, they didn't do it. Go ahead, though, bro.
yeah,
Go ahead.
Wow.
They didn't. That's
my
what the
thing,
quote said.
so I feel like what it might just be better for Antonio Brown just not to be in the NFL anymore. Just overall. He's a great
What he
talent.
gonna do? He can't do the rapping shit because I heard them bars.
I mean, he could do something else. Whatever he decided to do. Hopefully he's been good with his money. He's made plenty of it, in his career. You know what I'm saying? So,
So you don't think he deserves another chance in the league?
I'm not saying he don't deserve another chance. I just think it's his situation in the league is exhausted, and there's nothing positive that's going to come out of him being in the league anymore. He's vilified. He's 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 actually more vilified than To, and that's tough.
He got a ring. To didn't though.
This is true. You know what I'm saying? But To ain't played with Tom Brady because he probably had about 4 or 5 of them. You know what I'm saying? But my point being is that you know I think it's a lot bigger than face value when it comes to Antonio Brown. Uh, when I look back at it, I never seen any of that erratic behavior until he took that shot from Burfict, and he took. That was a hell of a shot he took. Like if you go back and watch it, that was a straight up headshot. This guy was out, and from that point on, all we've seen all these different erratic behaviors, and I just hope he gets the help and the support that he needs because one thing I know about corporate America is that I got you.
All right.
One thing I know
Fair
about corporate America is that politics plays a bigger part for them and perception than reality does. And I'll close it with that.
All right, let me do this super sticker real quick. Reggie O just got here. Let me get his take on this. Shout out to the sister Blue Dream, Jules Gaming Lounge. I appreciate everything you guys do to support the show. Let me give her the $2 drop.
I'll give you the $2. Give him the $2. All right, pay him the $2. Oh, pay the $2.
Thanks so much, sister. Go ahead, Reggie O. What do you think was going on with Antonio Brown? The original report looked like he was just pouting and ran off the field, but now we find out he said he was injured, and the coach is saying, "Hey, boy, I said get out there and do my damn job. And if you don't want to do the damn job, you fired right here, right now." So he's like, "Well, if I'm fired right here, right now, I'm gonna leave right here, right now." What's your take? Do you think he could have handled it different? Do you think the coach could have handled this different? What you got, Reggie?
Man, I agree with what the last brother was saying. Ever since that Burfict hit when they played the Bengals, Brown ain't been the same. And we see that with a lot of these players. And even recently, in the last, 5 months, we done had about 3 or 4 NFL players found dead. We've seen the same thing happen with Junior Seau, who was such an unexpected thing that there's a lot that goes on with these players that becomes undiagnosed until they're dead, and then autopsy is conducted on their brain. But AB really has it because even before Tom Brady even gave him, because Tom Brady he has to be thankful that Tom Brady put him in a situation to even bring him back because nobody wanted to touch him. He almost remember he's supposed to go into the dang boxing ring with Jake Paul right before he gets the call up, and because teams see that this dude is a little bit unstable mentally, talent wise, dude's a hellified athlete. Mentally, there's something that's uncontrolled, and in that moment, what you seen yesterday, that's why even Tom Brady. I don't like Tom Brady for nothing. I already told you I'm a hater of him. but he spoke some real grateful words yesterday. He said people need to show the guy compassion and Tom Brady understanding. Maybe that guy had no control over what he was doing based on where he is in his mental state. And a team bringing him back, it ain't healthy to bring that dude back. Hopefully he manages money right, but he got to go on to some other pursuits. And hopefully he don't get in the ring with Jake Paul because they'll really just compound on what he got going on in his head. That's my thoughts. The other dude just gave a great speech on that.
When was that? When was that hit? Was that this year?
No, like 5-6 years ago.
Okay, because
5,
I'm about to
6
say yeah, because he's having some trouble for a while. Go ahead, Clips and Darren Lincoln.
Shout out to the brother who brought up the perfect hit. That was epic. As somebody who lives in Youngstown, Ohio, less than an hour away from Pittsburgh, all we do is watch Pittsburgh Steelers games because the Browns suck. And so yeah, we watched that, and I remember I was in a room full of Steelers fans. We were really concerned, and these brothers are bringing up great points. The NFL is trying to do better, but they need to do more. As a lifelong New York Giants fan, my favorite player was always Lawrence Taylor. And let's just be honest, Lawrence Taylor would have not made it in this modern day era. You know, what did Bill Parcells say when he went to Canton? Put my bus next to LT because I could watch him. Because everyone knows if LT had any other coach other than Bill Parcells, it would have been bad. Bill Parcells knew that man was doing an 8-ball before the game and an 8-ball at halftime. But Bill Parcells had that understanding with Lawrence Taylor. If you ever remember them old Giants games where Lawrence Taylor be wild out, Parcells would just grab his face mask and look at him. Like, God damn it, Lawrence, calm down. And Lawrence would calm down. AB had that for a few years with Mike Tomlin. And that's why I agree. Sometime after that perfect hit, Tomlin's voice became deaf. I mean, AB became deaf to Tomlin's voice. And it seems like ever since then, he has spun out of control. We've seen this before with Aaron Hernandez. Remember how Aaron Hernandez, now that the story's all said and done, if you go back through his timeline, you watch the decline. But he was still able to perform on the field, so no one gave a shit. Whole time, this man was dealing with his bisexuality. He was dealing with being a cartel hitman, all this other bullshit, and nobody said a damn thing. And finally, great point, Reggie. Say what you want to about Tom Brady. I give all flowers to that man because that man has been the only one throughout these 5-year decline of AB who has made a point that AB's a good man. He's got things going on. You think about how respectful that Tom Brady is. He knows what's going on because he has a personal relationship with AB, but he ain't throwing AB under the bus, telling everyone his business. But he's trying to tell y'all AB got shit going on. Remember all the stuff when he was almost Me Too'd and the shit with his baby mom, all that shit that was going on. Like AB's got demons he's fighting. And as somebody who's walked away from good jobs because somebody pretty much told me, jump, nigger, I don't give a damn.
Whoa.
No, I've had weird jobs like that where it was like, yeah. And so I'm not saying that was AB's situation, but I could understand the sentiment, especially if you're dealing with a person who's already not 100%.
And let me say this about the NFL real quick, Mark.
And shout out to Stormy B, man. I'm sorry we missed you. Didn't get your take on this. I was trying to get to you. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Reg.
Yeah, about this thing with the NFL, and as they begin to as the NFL opens and accepts their part in dealing with the traumatic brain injury of football players, and was all that money set aside. There's been even an issue when it comes to where this league is made up by a majority of black folks, but now based on kind of the racial discrimination in medicine and stuff, that black players have been underpaid based on the findings in that in the brain injury thing, based on how they try to say where black folks have such a lower brain capacity, and when they show it in whites, that whites have had more, just based on this little bullcrap racial medical bullcrap research. It ain't even real research, but the NFL has adhered to it and have to be taken to court again about how they've been paying these suits out because they've been giving the white players an increased amount based on that little racist medical I don't even know what the word to use, but the research that comes in, because they say black folks have lower capacity of their brains and whites just have this capacity.
Let them finish, please. I got to move forward, please. No,
have this great capacity.
Private chat, please.
Yeah, so that's been another issue going on in the NFL as it relates to players receiving money from CTE and even some of the families. And also, you remember back what they used to do to players You seen Terrell Davis have it happen. I think he had a concussion in the game. They took him to the back, or he had some kind of injury, but they took him to the back, gave him something, and sent him back out there to the damn field. That's what they would do to these players. And it just mounted. Now the NFL has to own up to it. But go ahead.
No,
Go
I
ahead,
was
bro.
just oh no, I was just going to I was typing it, but basically what you're talking about is an old eugenics practice called phrenology. They was even mentioned it in Django where they would study brains and study skulls, and it was phrenology was the it was a sort of a scientific justification that blacks got smaller brain power, blah blah blah, brain capacity, and even though it was debunked as a form of eugenics and everything like that, a lot of professionals in the medical field still base a lot of their brain and neuroscience on phrenology, and that is the basis of what Reggie's talking about. It took a couple years, but finally the black people and the NFLPA looked at what the science was based off of and said, "This is bullshit. You can't base a practice and that you're justifying your payouts and everything on a medical practice that, as of the 1950s, was proven to be debunked and racist, but people still do it. They do that. When you die right now, they will measure your skull and everything like that and do a lot of shit. There's a lot of people who have their bodies autopsies and organs taken out. Black people, you feel what I'm saying, and studied and sent to medical camps against their family's will, and all of that is from phrenology. That's what Reggie's alluding to.
All right, fair enough. DJ is here. What's up, DJ? Talk to me. Let me get your take on this since you just got here.
First of all, how y'all feeling, man? Can everybody hear me okay?
I hear you fine. Go ahead, bro.
Listen, man, I'm going to preface everything I'm about to say by I hope Antonio Brown gets some help. I said this a few years ago when he had his little outburst out there at Oakland. I hope he gets some help. This has nothing to me, in my opinion, this has nothing to do with CTE. This has everything to do with Antonio Brown and his personality, because he was acting like this before he got hit by B.E.A.T.S. Burfict. This was the same year when he got that contract that he got hit by B.E.A.T.S. Burfict. You hear stories. Ryan Clark tried to tell us. You heard stories about him cussing out Dick LeBeau, the defensive coordinator, before he got his money. Then they gave him his money. This is all before the B.E.T.S. Burfict hit. This is who he is. I'm tired of people making excuses for him. This is just who Antonio Brown is. As a person and as an individual, man, this is just who he is. This is what he does. It's only a matter of time. Mike Tomlin, God bless him, put up with it a lot longer than he should have. Now, not to defend that rapist Ben Roethlisberger, but him and Ben Roethlisberger used to have cussing matches in practice all the time. Now, they kept Ben Roethlisberger because you got to, quote unquote, keep the quarterback. But AB has been doing this, man. This is we just didn't hear about it in Pittsburgh because they tried their best to keep it under wraps. After two big contracts, man. Only reason he started acting up at the end of that second contract because he had no more guaranteed money and he wanted out. It had nothing to do with Ben Roethlisberger disrespecting him, because that's how they've been talking to each other. And this is coming from guys who were in the locker room. So this ain't got nothing to do with CTE, man. This is just who he is. Money don't change you. It make you more of who you already are.
Hey, look.
Cussing at people is a part of the natural way that these type of personalities functions.
Also,
so that's not what people basing CTE related things, and he is mentally ill.
Yeah, he got anger issues because you see the tantrums that he throws. You see the way he talked to his baby mama. You see how he, for people who were actually trying to help him, you see how he talks to them.
Let him finish. Go ahead, DJ.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead. I'll let y'all get in.
I was saying I cuss at my kids' mom. That don't mean no mental health shit.
Right. My point exactly.
But the other things, like you see these certain behaviors, they're telling
you do it in front of the children, Reggie?
Huh?
Do you do it in front of the children?
I try not to if I don't have to.
Okay.
I'm an on the spot person that addresses shit on the spot. I try to make sure they're out, but if I happen to be speaking my mind, that's what they'll have to hear. But it'll be cleared up. Everything's explained with me. I don't just do shit out of like how he did it with his kid's mother, But in the moment, sometimes you're not thinking like that. And I know that some people try to be. I'm not a person that tries to clean shit up. I'm just authentic to who I am.
And to be fair, as far as the CTE and people saying, well, this happened before the hit. That wasn't his first time getting hit. These kids been taking hits to the head since Little League, right? Pop
Facts.
Warner stuff, middle school, high school, college. Yeah, he's been taking hits to the head for a long time. So when you say he was already doing this, we don't know which hit did it. But let me see. Let me make sure I get Megazar's take on this, and that'll be the last one. I want to go to the next topic.
In regards to AB, I think he's always been a little off, and this is like outside of football. You know what I'm saying? Like whenever a brother got a royal blue beard and a gold mustache, I think it's beyond. No, I'm being dead serious. I think it's
well,
beyond.
I ain't being serious. Let me get this joke off. I'm sorry.
You know what I'm saying? I think it's beyond football, and what I don't trust is what the media give me at all. I can, you know what I'm saying? I can pretty much look at this brother and tell there's something wrong outside of football. Now, I could care less what he does on football. Fuck the NFL. They ain't ever done shit for me, but provide me a couple, some entertainment, so I could give a shit if he shits on an organization. I could care less about that. But what I do know is having a friend, Luke Kuechly. My brother went to Boston College, and Boston College is leading the universities in CTE study. Luke Kuechly is my friend because he's my brother teammate. Everybody knows Luke Kuechly retired because of concussion. That's why Luke Kuechly retired, was because of concussions. So for me not to act like that doesn't add on to what this brother's going through. Oh, it does. And let's be for real. The year before that, Pac-Man and Burstford was targeting dude in the head. You know what I'm saying? Not the actual year of the concussion. Like, that was just horrible because you could blatantly see what they were doing. But particularly him and Pac-Man had some off the field issues, and Vontae just injected himself in it. And you can clearly see whenever they played the Bengals, it was always the same thing. It was always the same thing. So from a football standpoint, I'm pretty sure that took its toll. Now, if they told a man, get out of here, and he got out of there, then what the hell you going to be mad at him for? He was told to get out. So we bounced. So whatever fashion he chose to leave, how can you get mad when he told you get out of here? You're gone. He left. And like I said, nobody don't need to be caping for none of these NFL franchises. They ain't did shit for you, but give you a seat to watch a game, or you watched it at home. Who cares? I care less about these billionaire owners. They don't do shit.
Right. They
ain't doing shit. They ain't doing shit for the community, because AB was a fatherless child. They ain't doing shit for the community AB came from to prevent this. Since we such on mental health, they ain't donating some of the proceeds to go toward these communities where mental health should be the most prevalent thing going on because of the PTS that we go through, the post-traumatic stress syndrome we go through just for growing up in the communities we do. So I could care less about the organization. But if we just being 100% with ourselves, man, that brother been thrown. And taking hits to the head didn't help.
Fair enough. Let me get into this next topic right here, man. I want to get into this. Go ahead,
Mark, I didn't finish my take.
Your audio, bro. Your audio. Say it again.
I didn't finish my take, Mark.
Go for it, bro.
Yeah, I gotta.
Just try to be still though while you doing the talking part though, because with the
I gotta agree with DJ on this one, man. This dude been doing this way. I hit.
The audio is doing it again. I don't know if you're moving. Try to get still and get to a good spot. You was in a good spot about 2 seconds ago.
I'm good. You good now? You hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, I gotta agree with DJ on this one, man. The guy been acting like this since like 2015. Like he said, Ryan Clark been trying to tell people this for years. They created this guy. Never told him.
It's doing it. Shelton is doing it again, and it's doing it bad. You said something about Ryan Clark, and he's been going through it for a while. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
You say it again. Try it again.
Is it better now?
Go for it. Let's try it.
He been doing this for a long time, man.
But let me say this.
It's super staticky. It's super staticky. Go ahead.
Let me say this. Someone acting crazy for a long time doesn't excuse it. What he's supposed to just did it today, and that will say, oh yeah, he's clearly crazy. Crazy is crazy, and crazy can manifest for periods of times. He gonna keep being crazy. So that's no excuse to be like, oh well, fuck it. When you crazy, you can't control these impulses. When chemicals ain't mixing right in your head, you're gonna act fucking crazy. And a lot of and like Mark, you bring up a point about a lot of times what people overlook is that it may not just manifest in NFL. These guys grow up playing this sport from childhood. And a lot of times in childhood, people aren't teaching these kids how to, matter of fact, they are teaching these kids how to run through people with their helmets. They're hitting each other in the head with the helmets. A lot of these concussions or minor concussions may go undiagnosed. The head bouncing around slightly. Then they get the high school is going on, and the speeds are getting faster. Then they go to college, and they're taking these hits, and the speeds are getting faster, and the strength is getting increased. And then they go to the league where you're in there with monsters, hybrid monsters, running into you like a perfect. Nothing can take away. Crazy is crazy. And I don't know how y'all side away like, no, this is just him. No, motherfucker, crazy.
Yeah, but it's on him. He's a grown man, and he should understand that the shit he's doing is not cool and needs to get some help.
Yeah, but
he's just going along and keep getting shots. Nobody has to put up with your crazy, Reggie. There's no law that said I got to put up with you acting crazy and pay you. I don't have to do that.
No one's saying that though. That's what y'all missing. No one's saying that. No one's saying give him another chance. Y'all missing all that shit.
I said that.
Yeah, the thing is to say that he needs to be evaluated. He needs to be checked. Nobody needs to give him a job. He needs to be checked out. And a lot of times, crazy people, like you see the crazy men sit at the corner, can be swinging swords and doing all crazy shit. In his mind, he doesn't realize he's doing anything damn wrong. That's his version of reality.
And then we got to move forward. Lord to the game. You got anything else you wanted? I know you was trying to say something. Clips, I know you was trying to say something. Guys, both of y'all try to keep this under 30 seconds.
Sure.
So I want to get to these. I got to get to this Trey Songz story. And I got to holler at Megazord about this new Nas album. Oh, my God.
Yes.
So
I just listened to it.
Yeah, I'll just try to wrap it up real quick. Yeah, so I'm just going to respond to DJ. My mother's bipolar, and she do stuff that she seem normal, but she do stuff that is erratic, bro, and it's a chemical imbalance. And to the average person, they may think, okay, she got control over that, but she don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, because people normally think the way that they think, and think that you're gonna base your other people's reality off of your assessment of reality, but that's not Antonio Brown reality. And you got to know something was wrong with that brother with all the money that he had coming to him, getting a second chance with the Raiders, and he blew up out of there before it even started. You know what I'm saying? That has nothing to do with arrogance or anything like that. That tell you that there's something wrong chemically with this brother's mind.
Land the plane.
And that's just how I see it.
Just real quickly, I don't even need 30 seconds. I just want to real quickly look at Delonte West. Everyone thought it was funny. We liked Delonte West when he was on the court, but we knew about Lil Crazy Red, his alternate personality. Like Loyal to the Game, I grew up with a lot of people who dealt with serious mental health issues. I'm an 80s baby. Half my friends was crack babies. You feel what I'm saying? To where I know Reggie can feel me on this. Some of the cats I grew up with, it wasn't about this nigga being gangster. If you know him like you know him, he ain't right. It's not about being gangster or hard. He's not right. So it's not about AB come back to football. I'm with Loyal to the Game. AB, we're sending the prayers up, and somebody please just keep your eyes on him.
DJ, please reply and try to keep it short. DJ, you got the last word on this topic until we do final thoughts.
All right. I'll keep it quick, man. But to Reggie and Shelton's point, nobody has to put up with that crazy, right? You know who else went through similar issues to this? Brandon Marshall. And he recognized that he needed some help while he started playing. You never had another issue out of him. He went and got diagnosed as bipolar. He used to have these same violent outbursts. You know what I'm saying? That we seeing the same pouty, violent outbursts that Antonio Brown is having. He went and got himself some help and got everything straightened out with him. That's all I'm saying. Go get yourself some help, man. Stop acting like this. If you realize that something's off, like he don't realize something's off. He don't realize there's a problem yet. Even though people keep telling him there's a problem, accountability is his issue. He needs to take accountability for himself and realize he has a problem. Until then, can't nobody help him, man. And I appreciate that, Mark. Appreciate y'all for letting me come on. And I'm going to sit back and listen.